One of our original Sandler rules from David Sandler himself was burn your bridges. And I think this comes from like an old military story of, colonel or something burning the bridges behind his troops so that they had to be fully committed to where they were going forward and they couldn't retreat. I'm not sure I recommend that strategy in war, but it does talk to some benefits about being committed. How do you explain the burn your bridges rule?
Yeah, so Mike, when I first began, I started to teach this lesson, train this lesson, and everybody said, "You're crazy, don't burn your bridges." And I said, "Well, hey, hold on there, what's going on?" They said, "Everybody knows you don't burn your bridges, don't burn your relationships." And so that is so true, and that is not what we're talking about. But what we are talking about is burning our bridges on those things that are holding us back. So, for example, my own real world story, Mike, when I started, as we all did as a Sandler franchise, making cold calls, getting appointments, building a business, I kept calling people in the garment business where I used to work. "Hey, how's it going over there?" I mean, I'm sitting there just making cold calls and I'm like, "Hey, what's happening?" Kind of in the back of my mind thinking if this didn't work out, I'd be invited back. I mean, I'm sure I would, but I spoke to a veteran Sandler franchise and he said to me, "Danny, you have to burn your bridge. You have to say to yourself, this is the only job you will ever have. There's no going back." And from that moment, Mike, I was just, focused, committed. And I just think it was so valuable what he said.
What is one attitude you'd like people to have?
I'd like people to have the attitude of not only do I need to burn my bridges, or not only am I uncomfortable, if you could think this to yourself when I burn my bridge, but so is everybody else. You're not alone. And it's very liberating to know that, the people that it's cause and effect, people are getting ahead and they're doing things because they're doing things that are getting that result. You're not alone.
And one key behavior to do.
Without a doubt, Mike, it's to put in your cookbook the no gut, no gain moment. Do one a day.
And the best technique, tool, or hack to use.
The best tool or hack, I believe, is is a journal or writing down. Something else I heard at a recent conference. Right, we're always learning, and that's one of the wonderful things, about the network and Sandler. We're always learning. And somebody at a conference said to write down, "I have a love affair with discomfort, and today I am going to do this."
Thank you for watching this highlight video from the How to Succeed podcast. You can subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify, or click subscribe right here on YouTube to get notices about future episodes. And remember, whatever you are, be a good one.